Hello, 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 hello. How are ya? This is Els coming from Bemis Crafty Corner, and this is a box. Specifically, this is a box that is full of scraps from file folders from projects that I have done, and I have all of these scraps. So today we're going to get some of these out, and we are going to use them to make something. So I'm going to grab these. You go grab yours. I'll be back with a list of supplies, and we will get this done. Okay? Be right back. All right, supplies on this one. Paper trimmer, scissors, of course, our scraps of file folders, adhesive, ink, your hole punch, eyelet setter, all that stuff, lace. You could also use some appliques if you have those, and some hole punchers, but not just the regular hole punchers. We want big circle punchers, big ones, okay? Like 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 1 1/4 inch, that kind of size, okay? So here we go. We got some. This one's a 1 1/4. This is a 1 1/4, and a 1.5. Okay, so that's what I have. So we're gonna start by getting all of this out of the way, and we're gonna start cutting down some pieces, and I will be right back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these up and just get myself, you know, some workable pieces. So I'm going to chop off the file folder tops, and then I'm going to cut off this bottom piece, and that's going to leave me, you know. And I need 2 of these for each one that I'm going to make. 2 pieces. Okay, so we're going to cut that part off. This part off, and all I'm cutting off is that little pre-scored part at the bottom and the file folder piece at the top. Okay, now these pre-scored pieces, I'm going to keep those because those make great gussets. The rest of this is probably not usable, so I'm going to get rid of that. You could use it, you know, if you wanted to punch holes and use it for hole reinforcers. That would work for that as well. Okay, so now that I have these and I just have them kind of cleaned up, the next thing is to decide. I'm going to do 1 tag, so I'm going to keep 2, and then I'm going to do a journaling card. So I'm going to cut 2 of these down, and they are 3 3/4 wide. We're going to take it to 3.5, and then I'm going to go like 5.5. 5. Yeah, 5. Okay. Saving these for hole reinforcers. Okay. So that's going to be our 2 pieces. This one we're probably not going to work with, but we had to get it cut down. So now the next part of this is going to be, this is going to be a tag, and this is going to be a journaling card. And I'm going to do everything together. Okay, so we're going to do our cut at the top, and this is 3. Let's get this to 3.5 as well, because that'll make life easier. 3.5. Okay. So now I'm going to come up here and grab to 2.5. I don't want a 2.5. I want a 3.5. That's a 4. Never have the one I want. There we go. 3.5. So I'm going to put this on. And I'm just going to trim my corners here. Okay, so that's the first part. And then I'm going to do the next part. And the next part is going to be a punching. So I'm going to punch a circle here. And I'm going to decide where I want it. I want it up here towards the top. So I'm going to punch that out. Keep those. And then over here, I'm going to punch a circle out of this one as well. And I'm going to keep those. Don't need them for this project, but I'm going to keep them anyway. That's it for our prep. I'll be back in just a minute, and we're going to move on to the next part. Okay? Be right back. All right. So for the next part of this, I'm going to get some lace. And I don't really want the lace for this one. What I want is this backing. So I'm just cutting the thread where the lace is sewn on so that I can take the lace off. It's a good piece of lace, so I'm not going to destroy it, but it's not what I want for this project, okay? So now I've seen this done, and when I've seen these, they've cut out like the whole center of the tag, which to me is, what are you going to use the tag for? You know what I mean? So I decided not to do that and to do this in a much smaller, more confined scale. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut a piece of this that's going to fit the hole. And I'm going to bring in some lace. And I'm going to cut a piece of this as well. That's going to fit in the holes. So now I have my two pieces, and I have a mess on my desk. That's what my monkey bucket's for. Okay, so now I'm going to use a little bit thicker glue for this. I'm going to be using my 3-in-1. And I'm going to take the top piece and move it out of the way. And I'm just working on the bottom pieces, okay? Let me bring in the white back so we can all see what I'm doing. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to open my glue. And I'm just going to put some of this glue around the opening. I'm going to put down my piece. We're going to do the same thing on here. Now, if you want to do hot glue with this, you can. The reason I'm not doing hot glue is I don't want the bulk. Okay, I'm going to cut off any excess that I have because you don't want like a lot of excess here. And then I'm going to let these dry. Once these dry, we're going to come back in and we're going to reassemble our pieces and move on to the next part. I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, so now that these have dried, we are going to assemble them. Okay? We're basically going to just put the two pieces together. Making sure that we put glue on the fabric piece. Or lace as well, just not in the center. these up. And then I'm going to use some clamps, and you don't have to do this, but I'm going to use some clamps right around where the fabric or lace is. I'm going to have to get some bigger ones for over here. Okay. Again, on the lace, but not, you know, where the lace is over the hole. Otherwise, the glue just seeps through. It's, you know, kind of worthless at that point. And then again, I'm going to line up all my piece with the hole and my edges. And then I'm going to put a couple of clamps on here just to hold this until it dries. And I'll get some bigger ones for the other side. All right, so I'm going to let this dry, and then when it's all dry, I'm going to come back and we're going to move on to the next part of this, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so I have these all glued up and they're dry, and I decided the easiest way to do this was just to, you know, put something with weight on it. So I did that because my clips aren't big enough. And now I have my tag, and it has my little lace in it. If you're doing this as a make-ahead, stop. Okay? You know, obviously round your corners, things like that. Otherwise, stop. Don't decorate. If you're doing this because you're going to be doing it in a specific journal, then, you know, go ahead and decorate. All right, so now that I have that part done, it's time to ink. So I'm going to go ahead and get these inked, and then when I come back, we'll move forward. I'll be right back. So I want to put a top on this, so I have a piece of scrap here, and I'm just going to cut it to 3.5 by like 1.5. I don't need it to be huge. Hey man, get in there. And then I'm going to fold it in half. Normally I would score this, but, you know, it's a small piece. And this is just going to go on the top right here. And it's not going all the way down. So I'm just going to kind of set it on the top here. I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm going to trim it. Now comes the popping the whole thing. Find middle. Pop a hole. I'm going to put a eyelet in here. And there we go. There we go. So now I have a nice journaling card, and I have a nice tag, and I can do these in any direction that I want. It's all made up, ready to go, and I can decorate this any way I want. So if I want to decorate this Let's see. We got, oh, I got a leaf over here. Maybe I want to put a leaf on here. I can do that. What else do I have hanging around? Not a lot. I don't have a lot hanging around, but you know, we'll look. I have a wood piece that I can add. I have a punch. So you can see, you can decorate these any way that you want. This is your base. Stop. Then you can decorate as you want to fit whatever journal you're putting it in. Yeah, that. Okay. So that's it. That's my easy, quick project for today. The tags are still usable. You can actually write on this thing. It doesn't have just this huge piece of lace in the middle. You can do that if you want to. Absolutely. You can use any shape that you want. You can use your die cuts. You can use your punches, whatever it is you want to do. These I just used a circle because it was quick and it was easy. But you could use a die to have a more intricate shape or a different type of shape. That is entirely up to you. But that's it. That's my quick project for today. Let's see. If you're new here and you haven't done so already, hit the button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends. Check out my Facebook group. There's a link to that in the description box below. And of course, join us for our annual challenge. There's information for that in the description as well. Until I see you again, stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.